Hi, we're Blake and Brittany, and we're accidental coffee farmers. But there's a lot more to our property than this, and even this. Come see what else we've got going on.
Because we're at the equator, we're tropical. But we're also high elevation, so it's not tropical.
Which means we can grow practically everything from exotic fruits to lettuce and pumpkins. That's cool thing number one.
Cool thing number two is because there's no winter here, a lot of things grow year-round.
Which is awesome because if you don't get around to planting a garden today, there's always tomorrow. But it also means there's no off-season.
So that's the trade-off.
So our property is 2 hectares, or about 5 acres. Since it's on a mountainside, we think of the farm in terms of top to bottom.
At the very top is the old tapia and adobe dwelling. It was a rustic weekend combo house with a little outdoor kitchen and an actually very nice detached bathroom. There are lots of pretty flowers up there. Also, the property's only coveted flat land, which at this stage of our life was reserved for this, which wouldn't do so well on a slope.
First thing we did was convert the pre-existing dwelling into my workshop. Adobe is insulating, so it's always cool inside, and I don't know if there's a shop out there with a better view. If I need a little break.
Surrounding the shop is the bulk of the established orchard, and a big chunk of our older coffee plants. We didn't purchase this property because it came with thousands of mature coffee plants, but it wasn't exactly a downside.
We love coffee, though we're not coffee snobs.
No.
At least we weren't until we started growing our own. We've become more particular in the last few years.
Most of our coffee is called Catimor. It's a type of Arabica. Loja province, where we live, is famous for its coffee, and our little town especially so. It's high elevation, and the coffee's all shade-grown, organic, really high quality. And when all the plants are in flower, it just smells amazing.
Right now, we're getting about 500 pounds of roasted coffee a year. We're hoping to triple or even quadruple that amount.
Since our coffee's shade-grown, we need shade, and the orchard provides that with lots of other types of fruit trees. There are dozens and dozens of citrus trees, a huge variety, different types of oranges and mandarins, these big wrinkly lemon things, citrons. We have sweet limes, which taste like limes, only not sour. Regular limes, grapefruits. I think there must be 15 or maybe more types of citrus, and we're still working on sorting it all out. It's a bit of a puzzle. Most of these grow all year. You'll have blossoms and ripe fruit on the same tree at the same time.
We also have hundreds of banana plants. We cut the fruit down when they're fully grown but still green. We hang them up to ripen. Then we cut the plant itself down, which allows the shoots underneath to grow into new banana plants.
Then other fruit we have in the orchard. Let's see, we have pineapple, lots of chirimoya, which I believe is called a custard apple in English.
I have no idea.
Guava, which are different than the guava you're thinking about, assuming you're thinking about guava. These guava are used more as shade than for fruit, at least at our elevation. The fruit themselves are pretty small. But in the Amazon region, they grow huge, and they're really good. They're these long kind of seed pods, and wrapped around the seeds is this sort of cotton candy-like fruit. Let's see, we also have naranjilla, which is endemic to the Ecuadorian and Colombian Andes, and it's my favorite. They look like a combination of tomato and quince, and they taste sort of like an orange Julius, if you can harken back to your mall food court days.
We have a variety of small apples, papayas, a couple other fruits we've never heard of, like babaco and tumba. We have lumas, which is a superfood out of Peru.
We have passion fruit and its less tart relative, the delightful granadilla. And we have lots of a tree called níspero, which I don't remember the English equivalent for níspero. But they're like these little yellow grape-like things. We're still discovering things.
And up top also we have our laying hens, about 30 of them right now. We eat a lot of eggs, so that's great. And also our tortoise has her home there too. This is Stella. We also have figs, sugarcane, bamboo, and avocado growing up here.
In the middle of the property, we built our house and also the little guest casita. We also have the donkey pastures and the vegetable garden.
We've also planted some more fruit varieties down by the garden too. More babaco, mulberry, kumquats, lots of pitahaya, which is the yellow variety of dragon fruit, which is the better one.
We've grown, lettuce and cilantro in the garden, different types of onions, lots of tomatoes, tomatillos, which is not something commonly eaten in Ecuador, but we have a connection at a Mexican restaurant. So we have tomatillos, we have hot peppers. Let's see, we've grown lots of carrots, turnips, broccoli, zucchini, cucumber, peanuts, green beans, cabbage, corn, herbs, what else?
Potatoes, which originated in the Andes Mountains, if
yes.
you didn't know, and yuca, or cassava, which is a super common food here and is known for growing in poor soil, which apparently we have a lot of.
Then we have the lower part of the property that borders the irrigation canal. We've planted more coffee and also other fruit trees, lots of mangoes, more citrus and avocado, and some cherries.
The final section of the property is the gully, which is lower and really nice and shady. Interesting things come out of the gully, and it's awesome for coffee.
And what's a farm, or a YouTube video for that matter, without a bunch of dogs and cats?
Quiet. I imagine a farm without a bunch of dogs and cats is much more quiet. But much less interesting, and that would be a shame.
It would also be a shame if we never just sat and appreciated. You know what we appreciate? That you watched our video. Like, subscribe, and follow us for more.
Now we're going to go appreciate a cup of coffee and this view.